Welcome to Healthy Point of View Podcast, where we explore the latest trends and topics in health and wellness. Whether you're looking for tips on nutrition, fitness, mental health, or anything in between, we've got you covered. Join us as we chat with experts, share stories, and learn how to live a healthier and happier life. Welcome, everyone, to a Healthy Point of View Podcast with your host, Sam Tejada. Today, we have Lee Stransky. He is the Smoking Don. I've known Lee for so many years. This guy is just like unbelievable when it comes to cooking, understanding the food world as a chef. But at the same time, I've known him for many years in other capacities. We used to actually, believe it or not, we used to do bodybuilding together. Lee, how many years ago was that?
It's got to be at least 15 years ago now.
It's like history at this point.
Yeah, I was around 21 years old when I first started, so I'm now 33, so it's like 12 to 13 years now.
A long time. So,
yeah.
And the crazy thing is, we both were as shredded as it could be, right? They used to call it the washboard abs. And then all of a sudden,
body fat.
We're both looking at each other. And I remember us texting on like social media, saying, bro, you are fat as fuck. And vice versa. Like, what did we do to ourselves? And truthfully, what ended up happening is we lost our health throughout the succeeding process in business. We were too busy chasing the bag, or then eventually we're just gaining weight because of the high stress, we're not sleeping much, we're not working out, we're not eating. So now look at us both. We're back in shape. So I want to talk a little bit about, Lee, your journey and how you got there, because I remember you came and approached me because you saw we were doing these grand openings and stuff. You said, hey, we got to bring the barbecue truck to the events. And then I told you, I was like, dude, you got to check out this new medication that came out that we're utilizing for a medical weight loss program. And I'll let you take it from there. Now, I want you to tell the story, how you got to where you're at today, because you changed tremendously.
Yeah, hey, so what's going on, everybody? This is the Smoking Don, Lee Stransky, based at Delray Beach. And like Sam said, we go way back. And when we first met each other, we were both in top-notch shape. And we looked incredible. We could walk around with our shirts off all day, and we had no problems. We looked great. We were at levels that most people wish they could achieve, but that was from hard work, dedication, many hours in the gym. So life changed when I started my business. I started Mr. Lee's Smoking Good Barbecue, and I had a lot of ups and downs, but as the years went on, I started to gain a lot of weight. I wasn't active in the gym anymore. I couldn't find the time to hit the gym, and everybody always says that's an excuse. When you're working 130-hour weeks, it's not an excuse that you couldn't get into the gym.
Nope.
And I tried everything I could. I would get in, I'd wake up early in the morning, try and get things going on my restaurant, and then go over to the gym, and I'd get into the gym and I was falling asleep. I had no energy, couldn't even lift the weights. And I would go in the sauna room for 25 minutes, thought I felt good, and I would leave. But guess what? At the end of the day, I would go and do that, and then I would eat meals that made no sense because I'm not working out. So as I continued to put in the work and the hours throughout the years, I just continued to gain weight, and I was getting very unhappy with myself.
Do you think part of gaining so much weight is what you do for a living with the great, tasty barbecue food? You being a chef, you got to be able to taste what you're putting out there. So sometimes when that appetite's going, if it tastes really good, what your food does, right? I can see how you'll start eating a little bit more as you're tasting. Do you feel like that plus all the stress and everything else basically fed into you gaining all that weight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'm not a chef. I am a grand pitmaster. And when it comes to culinary arts, I'm not so strong in that. But when it comes to meat and butchering and barbecuing.
What's the difference? Because I'm over here calling it a chef, right?
Yeah.
And I see you doing work in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And when I see someone doing what you're doing on social media,
yeah,
to me, that's a chef. That's gourmet. It tastes good. You're the one doing all the work. Let's let all the listeners know the difference between the chef and the pitmaster. Because now pitmaster, I'm thinking about, man, you're just smoking the thing. You're calculating the temperature, making sure it's as tender as possible. Is that it?
Absolutely. That's pretty much, that is definitely spot on. But one of the biggest parts about being a pitmaster is knowing how to control your fires to have great tasting food as such as I've achieved. And the difference between a pitmaster and an executive chef is an executive chef can take 3 items that are given to him or her, and they can sit down and they can build a top course meal for you. Me, you can give me those 3 items and I need to read a book on how to create something. But when it comes to, if you slap meat in front of me and you put it down in front of me and you need me to trim it, you need me to taper it, you need me to cut it on certain angles, you need me to grill it, smoke it, season it, all of that, that's my forte. Wow. So going back to what you were saying is, in order for me to know that my food is great, I have to taste it and I eat it. And I love to eat barbecue. And it is very hard to find put together barbecue in South Florida. And over the years, as I continued to experiment with my art and my practice, I was eating a lot of it. And I thought it was okay. You're putting a lot of red meat, you're putting in pork. My chicken is incredible, but I wasn't eating as much chicken because I had chicken.
Sugar. Barbecue has
yeah, there's plenty of sugar in there. Even though I do make gluten-free sauces and things like that, there's still sugar in all of that. Yeah. The rubs have sugar in it. So when it comes down to it is that if I'm in my kitchen working, let's say a 19-hour day, I'm not going to order Uber Eats. I have stuff in my kitchen, so I'll just throw something on the smoker or I'll pull it out, and I'll eat 4, 5, 6 ribs. I'll eat a couple slices of brisket with some barbecue sauce, some mac and cheese. My mac and cheese is so good, I can't not eat it. So when it comes out of when we're done baking it and cooking it, I have to taste it. When you do this 7 days a week, basically, that just keeps adding on to your body. And I'll tell you, within a short span, I put on a lot of weight.
I bet. Right now, it's like I'm trying to wipe the salivation drool off my face because everything that you're saying about the food and what you... Like, I'm getting hungry just hearing you talk about it.
That's the best part about it.
So I can see how you've gained that weight throughout that process. So what changed when you actually connected with Liquivida and you got on our medical weight loss program? You lost how much weight?
I lost just about 60 pounds.
That's crazy. That's like another human.
It is. It's like a child. So I started, before I had met at this and came with this program at Liquivida, I was about 245 pounds. Now I'm 5'11", just under 6 foot, and at that height, you really shouldn't be that heavy.
Right.
So everything was hurting. My knees, my joint, my back, everything. I was
much extra weight.
So much extra weight. I couldn't sleep well. My insomnia was insane. I was breathing heavily. Couldn't even walk upstairs the way I wanted to, and it was miserable because that's not who I was. I was always in great shape, or even at least I was athletic in great shape and just able to just run around and do what I wanted. But when I was approached about this new product from you, I was really taken back. I was like, wait, what? How could this possibly work like this?
And I remember your reaction because, listen, we've known all the different supplements, everything that's always been out in the industry since we used to do bodybuilding and everything else. And your first response was like, nah, bro, like, I know what's everything that's out there. There can't be anything that good.
Yeah, because I told you, I was just like,
dude, this is crazy. Like, I'm experiencing, like, these crazy results myself. And I told you, it's like, you just got to try it. Whatever it is, whatever the cost is, don't worry about it. Just try it.
Yeah, and what's great is that because you and I go so far back, I trusted you. I believed in you. If someone I didn't know came up to me and said, hey, I got this product for you. Look at what it can do for you. I probably would look at them in the face and say, what are you, stupid? You're crazy? Come on. The doctors aren't even giving this. But you know what? When you approached me about this and said, listen, my doctors we have plenty of people on the program. It's incredible. It is top of the line, state of the art. Look at my results. That's when I was like, yeah, I need to dip into something here. I believe you. I need to try this. Look at you. You look incredible now. From what you looked like before to now, it was time for me to change.
And same thing. And I remember when you lost all that weight initially, I told you, I was like, because I remember back in the day, you used to bartend without a shirt.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, now we're going to have the Smoking Don doing barbecue, the pitmaster without a shirt.
Yeah. And that was actually my goal. Actually, when I started to watch what was happening to during my transformation, I started making jokes with people. I said, I want to be known as the sexiest pitmaster in the United States. I want to be a grand pitmaster with all these awards, trophies, and best barbecue around, but I want to be doing it with my shirt off. Right. I want to be that guy where everybody's... How is a guy who's making barbecue and eating barbecue look this good? I want to change the looks to barbecue. Everybody always thinks that you can't trust a skinny chef. I'm not a chef, as I say, I'm a pitmaster, but listen, around the country, pitmasters are all sizes. But I want to be known as the sexiest and the best pitmaster there is in this country.
I've seen some pitmasters, there's some heavy dudes, man.
Yeah, man, that's because they love what they make and they eat it and they sauce it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you approached me with this, I was very excited and I didn't believe in it at first, and then because you gave me the word and you told me, listen, try this out, see the results, look what happened with me, and then talk to me in 6 weeks.
Yeah. So, Lee, obviously you saw success throughout the program. So now the way that you were performing as an entrepreneur prior to starting the program versus how you feel now, what do you feel as a business owner who's nonstop running 1,000,000 miles an hour? Like, what's the difference, like, health and wellness-wise, energy-wise? How's your day-to-day performance? How's your day-to-day performance versus what it was before you started the whole weight loss program?
Oh, I can't even begin to start. To tell you the truth, unbelievable. It has just been a complete 360-degree change. So before I started this program, my days were gloomy. They were long. I was dreading waking up, having to get to the restaurant, start the smokers, get things going for a 16-hour day. the energy was like, I would have to drink 3-4 Red Bulls just to even get my mind straight, or any type of energy drinks. I was just so unhealthy. I was miserable. Even though I was putting out great food and people were happy, I wasn't happy with myself. And that's the main part. If you're not happy with yourself, making other people happy is great, but it's really about for yourself as well. And if you're starting to lose the happiness in which you don't want to wake up every day to go do that. Right. So when I started this program, 2.5 to 3 weeks in, I started dropping weight so drastically, I started feeling fantastic. Yeah. My energy levels spiked through the roof. I was waking up at great times. I was sleeping great. My mindset was fantastic. Thinking about what I wanted to do a week from now was working. I was able to
put started noticing too, right?
Noticing. I couldn't walk into a room and people were like, "Where's Lee? Who is that guy? Is that your little brother right there?" It was to me, I was taken back because I remember what I used to look like when we used to compete on stage. 2.7% body fat, looking incredible, and then putting all this weight on. I didn't consider myself fat, but I was definitely heavier than I should have been, and people are now noticing me and saying, I don't know who you are when you walk through the door anymore. You look incredible. But to me, but this is what I used to look like. And then all I did was just put on an extra 30, 40, 50 pounds or whatever it was. And I'm still the same person, but I just was heavier. Yeah. So by taking this product through Liquivida, it's game changing. Even people are coming approaching me now, and you're speaking a million words a minute. It's because my energy levels are spiked through the roof now.
You got your health back, man.
Yeah,
now
it feels great to have my health back.
You know, when I lost all of my weight on the tirzepatide program, the medical weight loss program, which the product that we take is tirzepatide. It's a 1 week injection, small little injection that's done in the stomach. I get a lot of people always asking, dude, how did you do it? And obviously, I have Liquivida, so I get into all the details about it. For me, one of the most beautiful things about it, when people notice, and then I can refer them to the program, is the amount of people that I can get to get their health back. And you're probably noticing it right now with a lot of people, because I know you've referred quite a few people. So you're probably noticing how you're changing so many lives, just sharing your story with other people.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. People are like asking me how I did this, and then like I'll pull them aside and I'll say, hey, listen, there's this great program, there's a great company, it's called Liquivida. Buddy of mine is the founder, co-founder, one of the owners of it, and everything he puts out on the market is top-notch, A-grade, best of the products, no bullshit, not trying to just sell you junk to put in your body to make you feel like you're feeling better and then your money's gone. Every dollar you spend on any product in this company, it is top-notch and it's pro results. To go from 245 pounds down to 189 in a 12-week span, that's unheard of. A lot of people are like, how the hell did you do that? That's almost 60 pounds in 12 weeks.
And we have the answer, right? Yeah. We have the answer.
Yeah.
So if you were to be able to leave any business owners that are listening to this, any chefs, any pit masters on something about this, and leave them a good message from you about starting their weight loss journey with Liquivida or without Liquivida, regardless who they go to, right? Because there's a bunch of other businesses that offer it out there that are great. Liquivida's not everywhere. We're growing, but leave everybody with a message of what should be their next step.
The next step is simply don't be afraid to try something that you've never done before. Yes, it might be a small injection in the stomach, or yes, it might be some sort of drug that the doctor's telling you to take. Don't be afraid. If you don't have the time to go to the gym and spend 3 hours a day in the gym to do that cardio, to do a workout, to do sauna room, to swim laps, or to do any cardio, basketball, playing sports, you got to figure out another way to do it. And I did that. And I believed in you. I believed in your company's product. And I took that product. And this is what I'm telling everybody else. If you want results and you know that you can't get out there and put the time in there that you need to, like you did when you were younger, then you need to try something like this, and it's going to change your life. And not only do you lose weight, but you just feel better and happier in general. And it's been a fantastic journey for me. And I just have to say, if you want it, just do it, and don't be afraid. Grab it, take it, and they're going to steer you in the best direction you could possibly go.
That's the truth, man. That's the truth. And it's very important for all these business owners to understand you can't get wealth without your health. And your team needs you, your business needs you, and both of them need you performing at top notch. And it's crucial to have your health on point, because you'll notice yourself performing where you think you're performing at 100%. But once you get your health on point, you'll really notice that you're performing at like 50%.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because before I started taking the tirzepatide, it was hard for me to get through my days. I was just like, oh my God, when is my smoke going to be over? I want to go home, shower, and go to sleep. But that mindset is trash. That's the mindset where you're just trying to get the bag and then go home. Me, listen, I'm putting it out there. I sleep in my restaurant. There are many nights you can call me and I'm in my restaurant passed out sleeping because I've already put in 22 hours of work straight and I just needed to get a couple hours of sleep real quick. I don't even go home.
Back at it.
Yeah, right back at it. So like before I started taking tirzepatide, everything was all screwed up. I wasn't able to balance my life with my work and it wasn't helping me. And once I started, 2 weeks in, I was already noticing a change so incredible that I didn't want to leave the restaurant. I wanted to be there, but I still had time for my friends and my family, and I was making it all work. It was wonderful. And before that, I just didn't want to see anybody. I never wanted to be around anybody. I hated myself. I didn't like the way I looked. Work was just becoming so stressful. I kept eating, and I just was like, I can't do this anymore. So once I started the program, whatever was told to me, I believed in it, and now the results are superb, and I'm loving every day that I wake up now, go to work. I have free time to go do what I want with my friends and my family. It's wonderful, and I really am grateful and appreciate all the support and love that you showed me and telling me to start this program. And without you, I would still be that miserable guy by the smoke pits, just cooking food and not really being happy.
And when people ask me, when people ask me, what do I find rewarding from my job? It's exactly that. So right now, this is a rewarding moment for me that I was able to help you with your health and wellness journey and get you back to where you needed to be, just so you can perform at your ultimate level. Lee, let me ask you this for all the listeners. Well, give everybody one fun fact about you that most people don't know.
I am a Jewish boy from South Florida, and every single time I step foot into my food truck and pull up to any type of event, everybody will see the Star of David necklace hanging from my neck, and they will say, "A Jew and barbecue? How did that happen?" And it just makes me smile every time, guys, say, because I let people know it's just that it's not about the culture or religion. It's about the passion and the love that you have for something. And I put every ounce of love and passion into barbecue.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this. Does the Smoking Don do like kosher food also?
We get asked about that all the time. People call us all the time asking for kosher. We do not do kosher. We don't feature kosher. Even though I'm Jewish, we don't feature kosher. But if we ever needed to do an event that's kosher, obviously I would go by the guidelines and have everything done the right way. But normally I tend to stay away from the kosher products. It's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level, yeah, and there's a certain clientele for that. And at the end of the day, I want my food to be out there for everybody. Yeah. And if I were to just have kosher barbecue, you're only portraying to basically one community, one group of people.
You like to diversify yourself, which you're going to be at our upcoming event in Pembroke Pines. That's going to be exciting. It's right around the corner, actually.
Yeah, August 19th.
So, Lee, if people have to find the Smoking Don, how can they find you?
You can find me through Facebook and Instagram. Our handles are at The Smoking Don. It's SMOKINDON. And then at Mr. Lee's Smoking Good Barbecue.
Awesome. Lee, it was a pleasure having you on a Healthy Point of View podcast.
It's been wonderful.
I hope everybody goes and follows your journey. That's going to continue. And thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for everything, Sam. It's been great.